What about mentors? I had mentors while at basic. I had many mentors. I knew that at the time, but not nearly as well as I realized now. Why is it important to realize this? Well, for one reason, once you find a passion, you realize there are others who are farther along that path. And whether they know it or not, your knowledge of their experiences can send you soaring in your path. A mentor can be someone you personally know or someone you don't know, someone living, someone who lived in the past. It could be a mom, a dad, a friend, it could be Martin Luther King Jr., it could be Jesus, it could be your tennis coach, it could be the Dalai Lama. Actually, all those people I count as my mentors. Years after graduating from SDS, I wondered how headmaster Mike Johnson connected with students such as me so well. He was a philosopher, very young, very intelligent, different from me. He had a passion for music, which I can relate to in trouble with respect. But he was so very humble. Through his humility, he was able to connect with others, even in true I was always struck by how much we don't know in the universe. So humility makes sense to me. Mr. Johnson was an early mentor who was way ahead of me, far more intelligent, yet far more humble than myself, taught me that no matter how much I learn, how smart I become, even if I'm a philosopher, I should always be humble. I had many mentors at basic. Mr. Dexter Davidson taught me patience, as he patiently taught me calculus. Miss Mary Jo Woodard taught me insight, as she has great insight into what we all can become. I didn't overlap very much with Miss Toby, but I went hiking on the Appalachian Trail with her and her family and my family, and she's my go-to person for things outdoors. Dangerfield Ashton, I remember in my 9th grade English class showing up one morning. We'd been studying grammar all week and kind of hating it. And seeing a beautiful, just perfectly artistically rendered drawing of Poland, like a human Poland, on the chalkboard. And underneath it was written Poland. And then to the right of that was another Poland that was chopped in half. And there was blood dripping from where it was been chopped in half. It was also very beautifully artistically. And underneath that it said semicolon. That was my 9th grade English. Never forget it. He was a mentor in humor. Later, another mentor was a college history professor of mine, Dr. Rosemary Branch. She stoked my passion for history with her own infectious enthusiasm. She ultimately encouraged me to minor in history as a college graduate. She wrote an enthusiastic recommendation letter for me to study Western Civic and journalism. I can still remember the first sentence of the letter she wrote. Stewart's first year in college was not a sterling success. She then went on to say that I was one of the most gifted students she's ever had and one of the most passionate about learning she's ever had. Said a lot of great things. She was actually an incredible advocate for me. Definitely helped me get accepted into this program. She was a wonderful person. But I'll never forget that first sentence she wrote. And for me, that was sort of an official turning point in college. It was an official turning point. I'd already remedied a not-so-stellar first year of college that had resulted in a raised within C average. But not until I really digested those experiences do I really understand how I failed. Well, I don't think Mr. Lawrence is upset with me because I hate myself. You know, the punchline. And this is the punchline. The subject is failure, but the object is success. Michael Jordan, professional basketball player, Anybody ever heard of him? This is a quote from him. I've missed more than 9,000 shots in my career. I've lost almost 300 games. 26 times I've been trusted to take the game-winning shot. And I've failed over and over and over again in my life. And that is why I succeeded. For me, in order to merge fun with success, I first had to merge fun with not so successful academics. In studying Dutch, I was even inspired by a sort of failure of having lived in France for a summer when I was 15 and feeling like I had to learn French well enough when I was there. I could get by in French, but I wasn't really fluent in it, and I always felt like I didn't take the time. I had the perfect golden opportunity living in France when I was 15. I did have fun, don't get me wrong, but just didn't learn the language. I felt like quite as well as I should have, and that really inspired me when I went to the Netherlands. I was ready to learn Dutch. So that was even that success was brought up by sort of. How can one learn better learning? To leverage failure into success, tragedy into triumph. First, just realize that it can be done. Realize that some of the most successful people in the world have experienced some of the greatest failures. This will allow you to not be afraid to fail. Don't be afraid. Thomas Edison said, I cannot fail. I've just found 10,000 ways to go for it. So Winston Churchill said, success is just your ability to go from failure to failure without losing your enthusiasm, especially like that. Now, I'm not saying you should try to fail. Don't set out to fail. And you must recognize that failure is failure. It's not success. But don't fear it. Why do children operate all the electronic gadgets in the house and remote control with the grandparents? Well, because the grandparents are afraid they'll break something. Children aren't. They'll press all the buttons till they get it right. And that shows that failure is fear of failure is learned. Where do we learn that? At some point we need to learn that. Being unafraid allows you to keep trying. Once there's no fear of failure, there comes innovation, adjustment, and ultimate success. In 1968, Dr. Spin Silver, chemist at 3M, developed glue that did not stick very well. It was a failure. Years later, another chemist at 3M thought it may be good to help bookmarks stay in place. That was pretty lame. Nonetheless, they tried it anyway, and they tested it on secretaries in the department. And the secretary said, we don't need any bookmarks, but these are great for writing notes. And thus the postage was born. And in 1200 BC, the Greeks, they were trying to sack Troy. They couldn't penetrate the city walls. It was totally great. But they innovated and they built a good rules. Now that was a good one. See, I told you in the end it all comes back to classical education and SDS. Well, I hope these thoughts have been somewhat interesting and somewhat helpful to you. Having great passion for what you do, cherishing mentors, and trying to leverage any and all failures into success. It's helping you out. It's helping you be happy. And I think it can help you too. Sir Edmund Hillary, the first to climb Mount Everest, he did not make it on the first attempt. He failed. But he tried again and succeeded. On a successful climb in 1953, he was accompanied by his guide and climbing mentor, Tenzing Norgay. The two of them certainly had a great passion for climbing, and in the end, Sir Edmund Hillary said, it's not the mountain to conquer, but ourselves. Well, graduates, congratulations very much again to you. I wish you all the best of success in your lives. Thank you very much for letting me share this. Thank you.
Thank you, Stuart. And now we have, I would like to call Nancy Corbett, who helped present the